Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigvold here and welcome back to another video. So in this one we're going to take a look at some fights, one of them killing Heroic 7 boss Bane. And I have already killed Destro, but I'm gonna do that in a separate video. But I thought it was funny because now when I need to do a thumbnail in this video I can actually use my own profile picture. Because as you might have seen in my Heroic 7 fights, I put kind of this Heroic 7 picture there to kind of communicate to people that I am in Heroic 7 currently, but I don't yet own that picture. So this is kind of the first thumbnail that I'll do with my own Heroic 7 picture. Previously I had to dig through data mining in the Discord server, and that was quite annoying, but yeah, finally we have the Heroic 7 picture for Destroyed, and video on killing Destro will be coming soon. Now for the first fight over here we're going to use the Batman Ninja team against Boss Harley. It's gonna be a cleanup fight. We're going to use Beta Club, and as far as passive stats go, and this is pretty much applicable to every single team, we're going to have level 8 God Killer and level 4 Prometheum Sword. Yeah, your usual cleanup fights, not necessarily too interesting. The interesting fact is that I'm combo interrupting her after one hit. I think the Batman Ninja team kind of allows that, and it's actually more convenient. Over here we have Boss Bane. Boss Bane is going to have the thing where after you use a special on him, he's going to have unblockable on his abilities. And that is actually quite an annoying thing unless you can lock him into an infinite combo. So at this point our goal will be to keep him pinned to the right corner for the entire duration of the fight and try to cycle between Hyunflant Sakumen and Raven. I'm gonna do it by doing tagging from a block and tagging in both my characters that way, but if you can't do tagging from a block, you can just tag Raven in into a special one and then combo interrupt into 3 hits and then I can flank Sakumen tag in. Also, if I've noticed that in a lot of my videos I tend to kind of talk too fast in order to try and get as much information out as possible, and I don't think that that's necessarily the right way to go. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more chill in that regard and try to speak, let's say, a little bit more slower. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this and if you think it's the better way to go. But yeah, I have Beta Club on Confront Sakumen, so that's definitely going to get some pretty high dot values in there. And yeah, I know many of you don't have Beta Club and it's a pay-to-win art pack, but hey, we just had a video on Boss Bane on the secondary account where we're pretty much 100% free to play for this already at the very least. So yeah, content for both sides of the spectrum, I guess. I'm not sure if spectrum is necessarily the right word to use, because the last time I think I heard the word spectrum was with the autism spectrum, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. Here we're going to let Dr. Fate die, because I want to avoid getting unusual gameplay, because unusual gameplay might trigger when you have Beta Club teams. So there's kind of 2 criteria that you need to keep in mind to try to avoid that. Works for also League of Anarchy, Harvey Harley Quinn Raven. If you're gonna like finish the fight in less than 1 minute, you're in danger of the game thinking that you're hacking. So what you should do is you should let some of your characters die and make sure you are under 1 minute left of the fight. That usually keeps you safe from any unusual gameplay occurring. Now as far as the rewards go, yeah, the usual garbage, nothing too special. I don't think I've ever gotten a good reward that on the main account at the very least from the last contract soul raids. Just pure straight back-to-back garbage. So yeah, here we're going to fight Boss Joker and we're going to use the League of Anarchy team with the Predator Batman at 7 stars to have a little bit of a longer stun duration. We're going to have Dark Metal cards at level 6 on Harvey Harley Quinn and obviously a 500% crit damage build and the previously mentioned passive stats. And this is going to be a balanced fight in the sense that we're not going to have any class advantages or disadvantages, and at the same time there's nothing that will hinder us from having the optimal gameplay. He's a little bit dangerous at the start, but I don't think he's dangerous enough for me to really care with this high level of passive stats from the artifacts, because I do have a lot of health on my characters. But for some of you, it might be a little bit problematic in terms of the damage he deals, and for some of you, I understand me on the secondary account where my League of Anarchy Raven get killed by this man. But yeah, that's a story for another day. So yeah, we got him to the corner, pretty much the optimal gameplay over here. I don't think this fight could have been played better. Maybe you could have optimized the tag-ins at the start into Harley's super move a little bit better, but other than that, it went very smoothly, and that is as far, literally as far as my League of Anarchy goes in a normal fight where you don't have a disadvantage or an advantage. And yeah, with higher level passive stats, this could definitely be all the way up to 2 billion damage, but sadly for now it's going to be only 1.4 billion. Now we're going to use the Drowned team over here. I haven't used this in a while, and I can't say necessarily I'm happy that I used it. So Beta Club on the Batman Collapse, we're going to have the other passive stats on the other characters, the previously mentioned artifacts. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and stack Lethal Brainiac as soon as we can, then stack some Drowned debuff thing, and then we're going to hopefully get some damage in with Batman Collapse. And yeah, the biggest downside to this team is that as soon as you enter final form, you're going to get the enemy spamming jump attacks. It's not gonna be the worst thing in the world in this fight, because you're not able to really combo interrupt this dude reliably anyway, so he would have had an annoying gameplay against us anyway. But the main thing I want to compare this team to is giving this Brainiac to Batman Collapse or giving it to Grodd. And I'll use the Batman Ninja team, funnily enough, to clean up this fight afterwards, but at the same time I'm not sure Grodd would have been able to one-shot here either, and the Batman Ninja team without Brainiac using Batman Ninja Catwoman is just better at cleanup than the Batman Collapse would have been, so I guess it was fine to use it here. Now we're going to get Batwoman in there. I don't think I'm gonna go for super move here. Like, her super move says that it's gonna boost the damage of all the Dark Metal characters. I mean, with Batman Collapse currently, because he's the only Dark Metal character we got in there. Getting into final form, but I don't feel like that's too impactful. I really don't feel like it increases our damage at all. Maybe as I get her to higher star ratings, 5 stars, 6 stars, 7 stars, maybe that will start to be more impactful, because the damage increase will also increase, but for now, I just don't think it's worth it. Final form again. Also, if it was just a jump attack, it would have been manageable to an extent, but unless the enemy is in the corner, they'll get into those sequences where they just spam backing off into a ranged attack, and that's because they are in a hazard. They are going to try and jump out of it to move forward, or they are going to try to back off to move out of it, but the hazard is the entire map, my dude. What are you trying to do here? Getting these stacks redone here. I don't have gears on Batwoman Drowned yet, and I did get the offer to get them, but I'm not gonna get them for now. I just don't feel like I really need them right now. Might buy them at a later date, might get them if they decide to give them for free. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, you get the offer for gears if you complete, I think, all the way to tier 30 of the Injustice 2 pass. And you have bought the pass, but if you haven't, you don't have Batwoman who drowned yet, so yeah. And I don't think they put the hash gears in game in any way, shape or form. Let me know if I'm correct about that, because I don't remember there being hash gears in any place. They put a chest of hash, admittedly, but there were no gears for hash yet, so that might be a little bit of a problem there. And yeah, we got 1.4 billion damage. I mean, it's fine. And yeah, the Hush gear situation, personally, I couldn't give less of a crap about Hush because he's a bad character, but that sets a bad precedent, because currently the Hush gears are literally the most pay-to-win thing in the game if they haven't been implemented, and it's out of my knowledge, because even a Beta Club, in theory, you do stand a chance to drop it from a soul ray drop, but for Hush gears, it might be literally absolutely no chance to get them unless you pay money. So hopefully we see them put in the arena store or the league store, hopefully not a gear chest, because that would be sucky. Very, very, very bad. Because Hush is not even worth trying to get, but imagine spending gems on a gear chest to get him. But yeah, moving on to this fight, we have Deathstroke plus Atrocitus. And as far as I remember, this would be a peak performance Deathstroke fight, where I'm going to pretty much get the most I can out of Deathstroke. Again, it's not gonna be all the percentage health exhausted out of both clones, because that doesn't usually happen. It simply doesn't, because we don't have enough time. We would have enough time if we were to use red hoods, but if we were to use red hoods, then we are going to get unusual gameplay, because that bug has not been fixed. There's special 2 in there, combo and chopped again. This man is very easy to combo and chopped. I think his horrific scarecrow level is to combo and chopped, though I will manage to fail it a couple of times in maybe future fights. So moving on to the next fight, I'm going to use Mr. Freeze here. I think this was kind of the end of my 6 fights, so he was mainly used to just squeeze in a little bit of damage, and I thought, and I think rightfully thought, that he would deal the most damage out of all my teams left, so we're just going to go with this. We have Classic Wonderman to allow us to have more crit damage, and we have Redwood to extend the duration of the fight, because Redwood only causes problem for Deathstroke, so I can cycle him out and put him in our teams. Mr. Freeze back in there, trying to push him to the corner, special 2. And yeah, we're working with the level 9 Beta Club. If I said level 8 previously, my bad. So I'm just used to it being level 8, because it's been level 8 forever, but it's level 9 for a long time now, and I should get used to that. But yeah, level 9 Beta Club, and you're not gonna see too high values from this man, because he's only at 3 stars, and he tremendously gets a damage increase the higher star rating he is, and he's currently my priority in terms of getting a higher star rating, but I'm not buying chests unless they're on sale, so we might have to wait a while. A little bit of an inconvenience there because of his combo, but we're going to be able to freeze him again and get him back in the corner. But yeah, well, that being said, this was pretty much everything for this video. Like it if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, subscribe for more content like this, and let me know in the comments if you do like more this style of speaking, where I don't really rush into things and don't try to have a higher flow of words per minute than Eminem songs. So yeah, thanks so again for watching, and goodbye.
This is the future.